Greetings dudes, it is I am the one and only Mighty the Armadillo here, and I am Ray the Flying Squirrel here, and I'm Pac-Man here, and welcome back for more of the Forms of the Maxi Toys videos once again. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of the Simpsons Hit and Run for the Nintendo GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PC. So, last time, we've somehow managed able to get started with the forms of level 6, so overall it was actually went smoothly so far, despite the fact that Mighty has to able to do a amount of retries on certain story missions, because as far as I can tell for this point, dude, it's because, obviously that the game starts to get a little bit more difficult at this rate, so yeah, to be expected at this point, Mighty. But today, for this video, is the fact that we're going to be continuing things on in level 6. So hopefully, without any sort of trial and errors whatsoever. Although, there's that one in particular mission coming up, it's going to throw off you. So because of this time, yeah, let me go ahead and find the level gags, including that particular telescope thing, which I somehow managed to interact with, despite it's still stuttery. So, but either way though, I could imagine if we were able to actually have the PlayStation 2 version or the Xbox version, then that way it could able to actually make the actual, you know, full motion videos unstuttering most of the time. Well, that's only mainly because the disc is somewhat feels a bit scratched up, so. But then again though, it still plays fine, so. Anyways, let's go and find the last gag, which appears to be right over here. And because of that though, all of the level gags has been completed. So, yeah, if you know what you're doing, then you should able to actually have no issues there. So let's just go and buy the cadet outfit for Bart, and then we'll save Bartman for later.
Professor Frank, you've got to help me. No one believes my story. It's just like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, except instead of a wolf, it's an alien conspiracy.
Aliens? Well, that would explain these strange transmissions from my plutonium CB radio. I must have intercepted an alien message. It says they're hiding the lasers in the duff trucks. Glivey, the plot is convoluted now.
Relax, nerdlinger. I'll knock the lasers out of the truck so I can show them to Krusty.
Okay, so let's begin with the next mission, which is Duff for me and Duff for you. So basically, we need to just try to able to stop the van, and or to be more specifically, the Duff truck. And basically, all we have to do is we need to collect all of these laser guns, and that way you would be able to actually complete the mission. So yeah, it's gonna be another one of those collecting stuff while trying to able to keep bashing to the vehicle, but obviously that my vehicle at the moment, car built for Homer, is almost gonna get slightly damaged. So yeah, I don't think we can able to actually use this. I don't think. Yeah, I suppose that might be true. Hold on, let me just hit back and then try to change a different outfit, or specifically the different vehicle, I should say. Because, like you said before, that you will save the Bartman costume outfit and during at some point in later time. So, let me go ahead and restart the mission, because the first attempts didn't go so well, because with the forms of that particular vehicle choice. Yeah, totally understandable, because you somehow managed able to switch over to, I'm not gonna lie, a pretty cool car to have, when you're able to actually have that vehicle from the get-go. So, because obviously though, yeah, relatively speaking, that's as far as we can able to actually just try to mention about that stuff though. So, yeah, a few things we want to explain for this point today, and that is the fact that today's day is of course the 30th of May today, in this case in 2022 today, that somehow we managed able to watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the actual film, on the likes of the forms of Disney Plus recently, and oh man, this film is so dang good. Like, almost to the point where it kind of reminds me of the forms of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, except, well, it takes place in modern world as opposed to the forms of somewhat of an 80s kind of vibe. So yeah, because of this though, yeah, I just really love the fact that they bring us a lot of references there here and there. Like, for example, with the forms of a mock-up version of Peter Pan, or to be more specifically, the villain is actually called Mean Dean. So, yeah, it's a pretty interesting villain, because like I said before, it's like a mock-up version of Peter Pan, except the fact that, well, it's actually voiced by a different voice actor. And on top of all that stuff, though, they actually referenced, of course, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, because Yeah, because, gee, no wonder why that show is actually so popular these days, especially noticeable ever since the 2010s era, including ourselves included, because we always keep talking about that in the past. Yeah, no, especially noticeable after the events of the, well, let's just say not so popular Pony Life miniseries, just because, well, it seems totally obvious about the fact that, well, we are not a huge fan of Pony Life, I must be honest here. Mainly because of how the fact that the visual style, well, it kind of works for toddlers or little girls, but ultimately though, for me though, it just feels like a waste of time. Yeah, because obviously we more, you know, stuck with the forms of friendship is magic a lot more, just because it's interesting, as well as some of these adventures are pretty sight to see. And on top of all that stuff though, it's just the fact that, well, you know, the characters are so likable, so...
Let's hit the town.
Yeah, anyways, let's go and go into this particular trophy shop. And since that we've now actually got the laser gun, so in this case though we can able to move on to the next mission. So, yeah, it should be a little bit more conspicuous as far as that's been concerned with, so... Despite the fact that we still have any issues with the forms of our computer starts lagging again, so probably because it still runs on 1080p despite, you know, dip quality and stuff like that. So, yeah, but we were expecting that we will try to fix it and stuff like that, but honestly, I don't know if we can able to actually do just that. So, anyways, let's go ahead and select something tough here and there when it comes to the next mission, because, well, as far as I'm aware, that's basically... Oh yeah, with that hover car, it does manage to work for status, but toughness-wise, it's not the best. So as a result, though, looks like you're about to select the forms of the police card, so it makes things interesting.
Principal Skinner, aliens are distributing deadly lasers all over Springfield. We gotta warn everybody.
All we've got to do, young man, is get that illicit goo gaw out of your hands. Clearly, you forgot the school's zero-tolerance policy on lasers.
So apparently, Principal Skinner just somehow managed to snatch us off our laser gun, so we have to get it back. So, yeah, apparently though, about the fact that, because usually, relatively speaking, it makes a little bit sense about the fact that Principal Skinner sometimes cannot stand Bart Simpson most of the time. So yeah, I can totally see why that's been happening, but obviously we want to save the world, god damn it. But anyway though, enough about that. Oh yeah, I really love the fact that when it comes to Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie, that's obviously that well, I just love the actual reference about the fact that, well, like you said before, reference to My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, because, well, I just really love the fact that they thankfully managed able to fix that visual problem. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but back in the forms of in the actual teaser trailer, back in the forms of about a couple of months ago, that basically, that it seems a little bit rough around the edges on the teaser trailer, but thankfully, when the actual film finally came out, that it does look a lot nicer, especially noticeable that I've realized that the actual style of those ponies are actually based off from the 2017 movie, specifically My Little Pony the movie, including the actual, the 2019 special, which appears to be Rainbow Road Trip. So as a result though, it just looks nice able to see those amazing the main six again, but this time around though, in the forms of the live action and animation hybrid. So, yeah, it's a little bit interesting, but one thing that did manage to caught me off guard though, that is the fact that it's bad enough that we actually got ourselves the returning live-action Pompa from the likes of in the 2019 film The Lion King, and also on top of all that stuff though, oh my god, oh jeez, the ugly Sonic is back from the likes of the films of 2019. Oh this is a family channel for this point, Pac-Man. Behave yourself. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting to see the forms of the ugly Sonic makes its return, but this time in a Chip and Dale movie. But, at the very least, it's actually voiced by a different person, and that's what appears to be Tim Robinson. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting that, don't you think? Well, usually because they usually caught me off guard, when it comes to likely seeing this ugly version of Sonic movie just somehow makes a return in a Disney movie nonetheless. Gee, no wonder why it's somehow managed able to get Inventions back, like after the actual backlash back in the forms of about 3 years ago, where a lot of Sonic fans is always complaining about the forms of, well, you know what I mean. Oh, and by the way, the mission's name is called Full Metal Jackass. Huh, kind of interesting mission's name, don't you think? Well, because obviously that Mighty needs to able to take down Principal Skinner's car until, you know, again, we will be able to actually get our laser gun back. So, yeah, I can totally see why that the mission objective usually applies to. So,
Fire in the hole.
but I digress.
Take that.
So, yeah, I wasn't expecting about this either, so, yeah, because as a result, though, it just keeps on, like, thinking to ourselves about the fact that I could imagine if Ugly Sonic will be like, well, this Ugly Sonic has a brand new voice. Ha! Kind of stuff, just like it forms of that particular trailer from the likes of in the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, where, you know, Robotnik is back, and then he always says, like, Papa's got a brand new stash. Ha! Kind of stuff. So, could imagine that will be reality, but either way though, yeah, let us know in the comments below for the question of the day. Did you manage to able to get a chance to watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers live action movie? Because I got to admit, it is really good. Although it not be perfect though by any means, but either way though, I'm sure that most other reviews seem to obviously know what the actual example is. So yeah, you get the idea about that. So, oh boy, is this the next mission we're about to discuss upon? Probably so, Mighty, because as far as I'm aware, we're gonna be hit on to, without a doubt, the hardest mission in the whole entire game. So it looks like you've got to 50.6% done off level 6. So, yeah, it looks like I've only got 2 missions to go. So let's go into mission 6 here, set to kill. So, as far as I'm aware, this is the mission that most people seem to get a lot of frustrations with. So first things first though, I need to grind for more coins in case if there is actually a required vehicle I need to buy. But thankfully you've got enough for able to actually buy the next vehicle you want to buy. But although it does manage to able to become awesome, but as far as toughness goes, we'll discuss on that whenever we're able to actually buy something in there. So, but believe me though is the fact that with the next mission coming up, like I said before, it's gonna be without a doubt the hardest mission in the whole entire game. And most people seem to get a lot of mad and rage moments on that particular mission back in the day. It doesn't matter if you either play on the GameCube or the PlayStation 2, or even Xbox or PC for that matter, but I'm sure you probably already know why when we discuss upon.
Krusty, I've got proof now. See this laser gun?
Well, what do you know? You were telling the truth. You've taught this old clown a lesson. And blah, 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 etc., stay in school. I just wish you told me before I let them set up those free laser gun stands.
Oh, man. I better get some heavy artillery if I'm gonna take out that much private property. Kearney should have something good.
So yes, we need to able to get that vehicle that cost about exactly 600 coins. So good thing that Mighty got enough. So let's meet up with this fellow right here.
Hey, Kearney, I need to do a lot of collateral damage in the minimum amount of time.
I've got just the thing. I've got a car that was owned by a super villain. He used it to conquer the East Coast.
So the vehicle we're going to be buying is Go Black's supervillain car. And yeah, from the look of it though, it looks pretty awesome. But ultimately though, well, the speed is actually ridiculously good. However though, for toughness wise, well, you probably already know what the actual the mission itself usually applies for. Well, it's hard to explain because it has been about 3 days ago now since we've actually last played this, because obviously ever since when you know, Maxie is almost finishing up with Mario Party 8 so far. So ultimately speaking though, he's only got one more video left until we basically done with the forms of the Mario Party series. Well, up until when we get to the point until Mario Party Superstars, but that's besides the point. So, anyways though, so here's without doubt, like you said before, Ray, the Flying Squirrel, and that is the fact that here we are onto the hardest mission in the whole entire game. This one appears to be set to kill. So basically, the objective in this mission right here is the fact that we need to destroy 25 of those stands, as you can see. But if you think to yourself that this will be a piece of cake, but ultimately though, as you can see, that Mighty accidentally managed to activate the hit and run mode instantly. So you know what that means? It's time to able to actually just to get busted multiple times, and especially it doesn't help that you will lose coins very easily if you somehow manage to come across into busted several times. So as a result though, and also there's a lot of emphasis on the fact that you have to deal with a lot of tricky turns, as well as avoiding vehicles for certain stands you have to able to destroy. And oh no, this mission right here is really tough, and also the most people found this mission to be really sucks, especially if you think to yourself that since then you've almost done with the forms of trying to able to destroy those specific stands and what have you. Well, if you think you've done for the most part, if you destroy all 25 of them, well, turns out you have to go all the way back to Krusty Lou Studios within a time limit nonetheless. So I think you've got roughly about 50 seconds as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I somehow unfortunately screwed this up. So yeah, we should probably start this again. So okay, so I think this is going to be attempt number 15 as far as this is concerned for this particular mission itself, because obviously this mission is an absolute hell to complete. So yeah, especially noticeable because, well, relatively speaking, that if you could tell already, we almost lost all of our coins. Well, as far as you can see, that we actually lost some of them anyway, from not only getting busted, but also our vehicle has been destroyed. Because yeah, you see what I mean about the fact that, well, despite the status is pretty good with this car, however though for toughness wise, it wasn't exactly the most reliable thing in the world. Especially noticeable because, relatively speaking, that you will get crashed, and also you get smoked very easily. So yeah, I can totally see why a lot of people really hate this mission so much, especially noticeable is without doubt the toughest ones ever. But if we failed multiple times, then thankfully we can able to do a massive power of editing by, you know, what else? Jump cuts and all that stuff. So hopefully you don't need to worry about the forms of seeing a lot of frustration here and there. So, relatively speaking, because usually relatively speaking, like I said, this is attempt number 15, so hopefully the Mighty might able to actually just somehow complete it, because, well, get it? Because might for mighty, for its sake of the forms of maybe or something like that. But it's just the fact that sometimes you have to deal with a lot of traffic, so but yeah, I think for the most part, the collecting stuff might not be too bad, but getting back is a pain. Yeah, especially noticeable because, well, relatively speaking, that's, oh, is it possible you might able to actually get that collector card? I might give that a try. Ooh, nice. Bart's license plate. Yeah, a good thing that you somehow managed to able to get that anyway, so, I'm also able to take a normal route just in case if there are some missing portions there, but then again, you will actually activate the hit and run very easily, and also those police cars will instantly get in your way, and also on top of all that stuff though, they just spawn as soon as you're able to continue going forward. So, oh shoot, I don't know if I'm usually gonna make it. I don't think I can probably make it. Yeah, I don't think you can make it because that police car is in your way, and you're literally so close. So, oh jeez, this mission blows. Oh, for the love of God. Can you tell what attempts the actual number it is right now? Attempt number 50. 50 attempts. So this might actually be the 50th attempt we can do. Yeah, after the forms of 49 attempts later. Jesus Christ, this mission is tough. Although, there was actually that one specific advice that we could possibly be able to do instead of doing the normal fashion way. And that is something to do with the fact that you highly recommend you able to actually save the last, the actual stand, for later. Well, to be more specifically, if we get to like almost nearly to the point, and then basically, there's also the a pretty cool shortcut you can take. So that way you don't need to deal with the forms of not only trying to drive into the forms of some more hit and run stuff, but also it's just the fact that, well, with all the people you can't run over into. So, but either way though, that's relatively speaking, that's, well, for the most part, it's just the fact that, well, there's not much else I can say about this mission. It's just so damn difficult. Almost to the point where basically we're almost going to get a lot of frustration here and there, so yeah, I can totally see why this mission really does blow for us, so excuse me, I've got something in my throat there, especially noticeable. It's almost getting I don't know, croaked up, but regardless of such though, I'm still fine, so... But anyway though, something's worth mentioning for this point, also is the fact that we're very happy about the fact that Kirby Fan 345, somehow she feels a lot better now. Yeah, thank God for that, because obviously that, you know what, the C word still sucks. So as a result though, that we're just so worried about her, especially noticeable, like, she was obviously really looking forward to able to playing more of the, Kirby's Return to Dreamland for certain episodes, or anything else to be more specific, but as a result of that kind of stuff though, yeah, the stupid C virus thing still sucks for us. Especially that you don't go out somewhere. Although, to be quite frank, Pac-Man, it's important that you need to be safe and stay inside, so... But there we go, folks, that is pretty much it for Set to Kill. The awfulness is over and done with. Believe us, because we know what we're doing, because, you know, we saved the last stand for later. But if you do manage to screw things up a little bit, it is the most flipping annoying mission in the whole game. But relatively speaking though, that's it has to be done. So yeah, everything goes fine.
Why didn't I just do this in the first place?
Why didn't I know that showgirl last night was a guy? Hindsight's always 20/20.
Don't even bring that up with that number 2020, because you know what? 2020 blows. So, yeah, especially noticeable because that was the year of the pandemic starts. So, yeah, I think you probably get the idea, Pac-Man. So, either way though. So yeah, let's just go ahead and move on to the last story mission. But first off though, since that we actually got more time left, as a result though, are you about to be able to do the bonus mission coming up? I could possibly do that whatever I wanted to, I guess. I mean, surely nothing can go wrong with this point. I mean, surely let's just go ahead and grind for some more coins if anything else goes wrong and all that stuff, because after all that, well, as you can tell, that we pretty much almost got bankrupted. So as a result though, thankfully we've got most of our coins again. So, tell you what, once we're done with the forms of the actual story missions and level 6, Mighty, then surely you can able to actually do the actual coin grinding and what have you. So just in case that you would able to actually spend some more money on, well, you know what I mean, the remaining costumes as well as the remaining vehicles on top of your bucket list. So, yeah, you probably get the idea about the actual solutions to come. So, anywho though, I suppose that's pretty much as far as we can say about this, honestly, guys. I mean, surely that, unfortunately though, we still haven't fixed our solution of our, you know, the lag issue for the sake of the forms of the video wave program. So, nothing to do with the actual computer, because the actual computer itself works just fine. I mean, surely it's nothing can go wrong, I suppose, but still. We all knew this before, but it bears repeating that basically we had that laptop for a very long time. Like, at least ever since that, you know, 9 years ago at this point. Well, almost 9 years, so... Yeah, because, again, if we get to 2023, marks the 10-year mark for this particular laptop that we've got, which is specifically Acer, then we can probably get the replacement while we, although unfortunately though, our hard drive doesn't seem to able to have compatibility with this laptop, so, because obviously with our hard drive only compatible with, something related to 3.0, USB, so... Yeah, I can totally understand how, because, well, originally we weren't going to use it on the PlayStation 4, but obviously we've sold so many things and stuff like that to able to save up for memory, especially noticeable ever since when Sonic Origins is almost getting closer to its release. Yeah, especially noticeable about the fact that we've only got about, I would say roughly about, I can't remember how many days we got left until that particular compilation is going to be released, so... Yeah, I suppose we should probably find out in the later days to come, so, yeah, aside from all that stuff, though, I think that's as far as we can talk about, so...
One pimp ride ASAP.
But, anywho, so... Let's go and drive around for a little bit, so just in case we get able to actually just to see if there are some missing parts I was missing onto. But that again though, Mighty, is the fact that it's hard to keep in track with our commentary as well as the recording session at this rate.
Hey, Snake.
Hey, kid dude, what's up?
I'm looking for a wheelman.
Tempting. Tell you what, dude. I just walked out of Springfield Prison, but if you clear up a few loose ends for me, I will help you.
Cool, a chance to use my petty thug training.
Groovy. First up, Wiggum is keeping the evidence from my trial in his car. Snatch it, and they've got nothing on me. Ha ha.
Because I think that most of the time that it's hard to able to actually keep up with the frame rate and all that stuff though. But anyways, let's go and get started with the bonus mission as far as what Mighty's going to tackle through. In this case though, he must able to destroy the police car, and because of this though, after that though, I think we need to able to obtain something in here. So hopefully we'll able to get the gist of it though, especially noticeable that I'm doing pretty okay at this point. I mean, surely that sometimes, you know, the AI can sometimes really mess me up at points, but still. Hopefully this this particular bonus mission will be a little bit more easier than the forms of how it does it on, you know, set to kill mission, because, well, you probably already know how usually as far as this is concerned, but, ooh, dang, that's actually a really good hit right there. And hopefully you should able to actually hopefully try to finish him off for good. Especially noticeable that, well, you probably already know what to expect. So, oh dang, I somehow got screwed over by that particular fence, but luckily we can able to actually use that particular alternative shortcut, so that way we don't need to able to come across into, you know what I mean, hit and run again. But thankfully the commentary feels a little bit better than the forms of how it does it on the past though, because, well, as far as I'm aware, that the frame rate is feels a bit better. So, anyway, so now let's go and obtain something in there. So in this case, though, we should probably now talk to Snake. So, just to see what really happens next as far as this is concerned. But, hey, at least that's something, I suppose. Oh yeah, another thing is worth mentioning for this point as well is the fact that it's kind of a shame that it's been about a week ago since that you can no longer going to be using credit cards for not only for the Wii U but also for the 3DS as well, just because, well, I'm afraid that we've only got about exactly 3 months left until the actual eShop app for both on the Wii U and the 3DS, that both of those services for the eShop apps will be closed forever. Yeah, it's kind of a shame, but at least you can still download games and stuff like that for demos, but for adding fonts to the table though, it's kind of a shame that we have to move on. So, anyway, so let's meet and talk to Snake again.
Okay, that's one smacked up pork bag.
Oh, yes, I am a free man again. Now, let's get a little venture capital, shall we? I hear Fat Tony is totally paying big bucks for every milk truck that gets smashed up. Lord knows why, but he's the kingpin, apparently.
And now we need to able to go into Ball Arena, which I suppose is kind of like bowling or anything else to be more specific. And because of this though, I need to go after the another object that we can possibly obtain. And because of this though, if we make our way to the left side, if I'm assuming so, and then that way we're able to come across into a milk truck. So, yeah, basically, much like the police car, we need to destroy it as much as we can. So just in case, we can able to actually hopefully try to obtain the milk. Or should I say a milk? Because I keep on watching categories, especially noticeable with that milk puns or something like that, ever since in a Hercules PlayStation 1 game review. So, yeah, I keep on thinking about that for some odd reason. But anywho though, yeah, it looks like you're about to grab the wrench because obviously you've almost damaged your car because, well, could imagine if you accidentally destroy your vehicle during this mission, then you have to start all over again. And then this also means you have to destroy the police car again, so... Yeah, anyway though, another thing we would like to... Aw, come on! How come I just somehow activated the hit and run instantly? That's just not fair. But hopefully you get the chance that you would. Ah, dang it. Ah, shoot. Okay. At the very least, I did somehow manage to avoid a lot of this entire ordeal. And hopefully... Oh, this could be something. Ah, shoot. I somehow fell off by mistake. Oh, Jesus Louise, man. Chill out, police cops. Especially noticeable, I really want to deal with the forms of that milk truck. But as regards of everything else though, we have almost tried to destroy it. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, take that. Yeah, and thanks to the forms of that particular explosion, that way we can able to actually destroy the actual milk truck that way. So, pretty awesome actually. Yeah, especially noticeable, it kind of does the same thing in one of those missions in, let's just say in level 5 for instance, that's in the last mission. Yeah, because thankfully with the explosive cars, that way you can able to actually destroy one of those damaged cars from that way. So, pretty cool, especially noticeable it's actually gone a little bit more faster than attempted. So, at the very least that's something. So, anyways, let's talk to Snake for, I would say, the last time on this level until the next level coming up. Or should I say, the final level in the game. Yeah, because as a result of that kind of stuff though, we are, you know, getting very close towards the end of the game basically. So, yeah.
Okay, dude, here's the deal. You need me, you just call my service, and I will be there. Later, dude.
And from here, we were able to actually get ourselves another vehicle, which appears to be Snake's little bandit. So, yeah, because technically we've already driven that vehicle from before, at least in ever since and during the course of let's just say in level 5, for instance. Well, that way we can now able to actually drive a car. So 72.3% done with this level, Mighty. So you are definitely getting very close. Yeah, especially noticeable, I've only got one more collector card left, and also some other stuff to do. So in this case, let's head into level, or should I say, level 6, mission 7. In this case, the final story mission in level 6, before you move on to the final level in the whole game.
Dad, the aliens have taken over the Duff Brewery and they're using it to store laser guns. Oh, never in my life I've ever had to do so much explaining.
What? This is Duff's worst disgrace since Duff Ice. It's time to use my secret weapon. Remember when I told you I sold my old car so you could go to college?
Yeah?
It was a lie.
Yay, tough luck's worth more.
So here we go, on to Gang and Kodos Strikes Back. And basically we need to go into the Duff Brewery before the aliens escape. So yeah, basically it's another race. So, and this time we're going to be able to take control of a new vehicle, which we won't be able to fully experience this until the final level in the game. So in this case, we actually stumbled across the 70s sports car. And I will say, this particular vehicle is by far the best vehicle in the whole entire game. At least in terms of the forms of the story progression in cars. Because as far as I'm aware, the actual, the speed is actually very, very good. And of course, about the fact that we can able to expect of what's going to be coming up next. For the sake of the forms of the final level in the game, that what specific character we're going to be playing as. That of course will have to be by the forms of something to do with the forms of Homer Simpson. So, generally speaking, that since that we've already played as Bart Simpson twice for the majority of the forms of the game already, and as a result though, oh wow, looks like there goes the actual car. So I think I should probably able to actually make my way as quick as I possibly can, and hopefully I should be able to complete this mission without a doubt. So yeah, it looks like we are getting there, especially noticeable that thankfully it should be overall pretty easy compared to the forms of how it does it to set to kill. But once we make it to the Duff Brewery, then obviously the mission is completed, and of course we got ourselves a cinematic cutscene to watch.
Oh yeah.
The lasers were only the beginning. Even now, our all-purpose evil cola is spreading underground through your water supply. It will wake the dead. Zombies will rise from the grave and devour the living. And our ratings will rise. Rise to levels unseen since the heyday of Evening Shade.
Oh man, that sounds cool. I mean, oh no, I hope their plan fails. Who am I kidding? Zombies eating brains? Oh, this is gonna rock!
So yeah, basically, since that we've now actually stumbled across those two aliens after all, so we must stop them before it's too late. Well, it wasn't until whenever we get to the final level in the game, which I'm going to be taking control of the final level in the game. But, on the other hand though, we should probably discuss more details about the final level until tomorrow, I guess. So anyway, so we've actually got all of the Wasp cameras and also all the level gags, but we're still missing some couple of things here and there, like a collector card and all that jazz. So I guess with that being said though, we'll pretty much get endings off here. So join us next time for more Let's Play of The Simpsons Hit and Run. And that is the fact that Mighty is still going to be carrying on doing level 6 to able to hopefully 100% everything. So 74% done. So we'll see you guys until tomorrow. Later fellas. See you guys later.